June 6th. This morning, Vera left for Kislovodsk with her husband. I met their coach as I was on my way to Princess Ligovskoy. Vera nodded to me. There was reproach in her glance. Whose fault is it? Why does she not want to give me the chance to see her alone? Love, like fire, goes out without fuel. Perchance jealousy will accomplish what my entreaties could not. I stayed at the princess's an hour by the clock. Mary did not appear. She was ill. In the evening, she was not on the boulevard. The newly organized gang, armed with lorgnettes, has assumed a truly threatening appearance. I am glad that the princess is ill. They might have done something insolent in regard to her. Grushnitsky's hair was all awry, and he looked desperate. I think he is really distressed. His vanity, in particular, is injured, but oddly enough, there are people who are ludicrous even in their despair. On coming home, I noticed a lack of something. I have not seen her. She is ill. Can it be that I have really fallen in love? What nonsense. June 7th. At 11 in the morning, the hour at which the old Princess Ligovskoy is usually sweating it out in the Ermolov bathhouse, I was walking past her house. The young princess was sitting pensively at the window. When she saw me, she rose abruptly. I entered the vestibule. None of the servants were there, and without being announced, taking advantage of the local customs, I made my way into the drawing room. A dull pallor was spread over the princess's pretty face. She stood at the piano, leaning with one hand on the back of an armchair. That hand trembled ever so slightly. I quietly went up to her and said, "You are angry with me?" She raised upon me a languid, deep gaze and shook her head. Her lips wanted to utter something and could not. Her eyes filled with tears. She sank into the armchair and covered her face with her hand. "What is the matter with you?" I said, taking her hand. "You do not respect me. Oh, leave me alone." I made a few steps. She straightened herself up in her chair. Her eyes glittered. I stopped with my hand on the door handle and said, "Forgive me, Princess, I have acted like a madman. This will not happen again. I will see to it. Why must you know what, up to now, has been taking place in my soul? You will never learn it, and so much the better for you. Adieu." As I went out, I believe I heard her crying. Till evening, I roamed on foot about the outskirts of Mount Mashuk, got terribly tired, and on coming home, threw myself on my bed in utter exhaustion. Werner dropped in. "Is it true," he asked, "that you are going to marry the young Princess Ligovskoy?" "Why?" "The whole town says so. All my patients are preoccupied with this important news. That's the kind of people patients are. They know everything." Grushnitsky's tricks, I thought to myself. "In order to prove to you, doctor, that these rumors are false, let me inform you in secret that tomorrow I am moving to Kislovodsk." "And the Ligovskoys, too?" "No, they remain here for another week." "So you are not marrying her?" Doctor, look at me. Do I resemble a fiancé or anything of the kind?" "I do not say it, but you know there are cases," he added with a cunning smile, "in which an honorable man is obliged to marry, and there are mammas who do not at least avert such cases. Therefore, I advise you as a pal to be more careful. Here at the spa, the atmosphere is most dangerous. I have seen so many fine young men worthy of a better lot who have gone straight from here to the altar. Would you believe it? There has even been an attempt to have me marry, namely on the part of a provincial mamma whose daughter was very pale. I had had the misfortune to tell her that her daughter's face would regain its color after marriage. Then, with tears of gratitude, she offered me her daughter's hand and their entire fortune. 50 serfs, I believe. But I answered that I was incapable of marriage. Werner left, fully convinced that he had put me on my guard. From his words, I note that various nasty rumors have already been spread in town about the young princess and me. Grushnitsky will have to pay for this.